Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm talking to you about the hottest comics releasing June 15th, 2022. But first, please be sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what you're most excited for this week. I have a banger independent week this week, and I'm just so excited to share my top 10 with you. So let's dive right in to number 10 with DC Pride's Tim Drake Special number 1. So, just in time for Pride Month, we have this Tim Drake special, which it was so popular when it first came out. So, this is reprinting the Batman Urban Legends number 4 through 6, as well as number 10. But it's also going to include a brand new story that no one's ever read before. And this was such a big deal when it came out because it came out that Tim Drake was bisexual. No one really was expecting this, and it kind of went out of the blue, whereas the Jonathan Kent one was promoted non-stop. So this one kind of slid under the radar of some people, especially because a lot of people took interest in Jonathan Kent and not Tim Drake. So there was very few copies out there, and now you can actually get your hands on it and read what it is all about. So, looking forward to that. There's gorgeous covers as well, and yeah, it's just the one shot, and hopefully there'll be more to come for his future in 2022. Now, number 9 spot is going to go to Hulkling and Wiccan number 1. This looks like a one-shot as well, and it really is just going to dive into Hulkling and Wiccan's relationship. Now, Wiccan is one of the daughters of Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, and he has been taken quite the interest to since WandaVision and Doctor Strange. A lot of people are wanting to know more and more about him, and this relationship is honestly just incredibly beautiful. So just having them together in their storyline, hopefully they get their happy ending and everybody can be satisfied, and as well as viewers who've never really learned about Wiccan finally get to learn more about him. In my number 8 spot, it's going to be Bill and Ted Roll Dice number 1. Now, Opus is this brand new company coming out with Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer, and they're doing other musicians like The Disturbed, Evanescence, Cradle of Filth, but they're also doing a Bill and Ted comic, and in my opinion, there hasn't been an incredibly good Bill and Ted comic in a while, so I'm really hoping this does well. I actually really love the covers on this, which I think are just so fun and exciting. So that already piques my interest. And they're throwing it and mixing it in with kind of a D&D aspect to where what is going to happen based off of rolling this die. So really hoping that there's some really funny one-liners made from them, as well as just a really good storyline, because frankly a lot of people seem to be giving up on Bill and Ted, especially after that last movie. So let's bring Bill and Ted back into this excellent adventure, and I can't wait. In my number 7 spot, it's going to go to Moonlight, Black, White, and Blood number 2. Number 1 did amazing, and it could have just been the hype from the TV show, or it could actually be the brand new character that was listening to it. Either one, this one looks to be really fun as well. It includes people like Ben Piercy with Zerato Zafino, and it looks like they're going to do a storyline based around Doctor Strange as well. So you're going to mix in Moon Knight with a little bit of magic, and that just sounds really incredible. We're also going to have a David Pepose and Leandro Romero in this, as well as a Patch Zyker storyline. So really excited to see how all of that really plays into this. In my number 6 spot, it's going to have to go to Sandman Universe Nightmare Country number 3. Now, issue number 1 was not my favorite. However, I believe issue number 2 definitely picked up. And I'm hoping issue number 3 really picks up even more. The Corinthian is on a quest to save lives, but that's not the Corinthian's normal job. But in order to find out more about the Smiling Man, he might have to end up being a hero, which is strangely weird. Given after Dream's request of him, anything is possible on what the Corinthian may or may not do. So I'm really excited, but still a little nervous for our characters to see what really happens and what really unfolds in this. Plus, did you see that Sandman trailer? I mean, it looked phenomenal, and I'm super excited for it. I can't wait for August. It looks almost exactly like the comic, and I'm really happy we're getting an adaptation that is truly faithful and that Neil Gaiman is 100% behind. So, can't wait for that. In my number 5 spot, it's going to go to Grimm number 2. Now, Grimm number 1, it was a little underwhelming for me, but I'm hoping with that crazy surprise on Jessica Haro not having her scythe anymore, and her being able to walk between the living and the dead, making her a very unique character in this world. So I'm hoping it really picks up and really surprises me, because like I said, the issue number 1 didn't do too much for me, but you know, I'm still sticking on with this. Boom has a great track record. I absolutely love their books, so I'm hoping that number 2 is very, very good. For my number 4 spot, it's going to be Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 1. This is the Steve Rogers side of Captain America, and I'm incredibly excited to see what happens in this. Looks like there's going to be a ton of Bucky, ton of Crossbones, ton of Red Skull. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. And it really shows that the shield is not necessarily just Steve Rogers. It's the symbol. It's the symbol of hope. It's the symbol that people look forward to. And it really is going to bring that and tie that in with Sam Wilson also being Captain America. So I find that super cool, and I'm just really excited to see how this really plays out. Plus, I love the Scotty Young. I think it's super cute. So yeah, Colin Kelly, he's the writer. He's did The King the Conqueror. I'm pretty sure he's going to do a great job at this. And I mean, the artist, Carmen Canero, she's a Stormbreaker, or she, my bad, they are a Stormbreaker. They do Miles Morales Spider-Man, which fantastic. Also has done Captain Marvel, really great art, so I'm really looking forward to this one. In my number 3 spot is a book that I've been waiting for quite some time now. It's called Seven Sons number 1. It's a mini-series out of 7 sons. So I'm really looking forward to this because the art is done by the incredible Jay Lee. Jay Lee has done my favorite Inhuman storyline with Paul Jenkins, Inhuman. If you haven't read it, absolutely highly recommend. Fantastic read. But he's doing, you know, independent work, which sounds fantastic. I'm so excited. And this is synopsed as The Fugitive meets the Book of Revelation. Sounds incredibly interesting. And Delph, a young man who may be the second coming of Christ, runs for his life as he attempts to learn the truth behind his existence. I find this incredibly, interesting and intriguing, but kind of creepy too, with all these 7 sons everywhere. They have statues and stuff. It looks like Vegas, but people are, really representing these 7 sons. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope it is good as it sounds and looks, because man, the preview makes me super excited for this. So I really can't wait. Speaking of independence, Image is on a roll this week because my number 2 spot goes to A PowerBomb number 1. Also a mini-series of 7. This is done by the incredibly talented Daniel Warren Johnson. He will be writing and drawing this book. And he is the creator of Murder Falcon. He also did Wonder Woman Dead Earth. He just honestly does an incredible job when he is able to just let loose and do what he loves. And honestly, Daniel Warren Johnson loves wrestling. So the fact that he is able to do a wrestling book mixed with Dragon Ball Z is incredibly intriguing to me. I'm not even a wrestling fan, and I'm very interested in this. But some of my favorite books have been ones that I haven't really necessarily thought were going to be my absolute favorite. So I am super excited to see this, to meet our new character, Lana Steel Rose, who is this pro wrestler, but her mom has been this even bigger wrestler, and now she's just falling into her shadow, and how that all plays out, we will find out on Wednesday, so can't wait. Now, my number 1 spot. Anybody that knows me should know my number 1 spot. I feel like I might cry reading this. That's how much I'm excited for. It is the Bone Orchard Mythos, the Passageway hardcover. I know it's not a number 1, and frankly, I don't really care. It is going to be the best thing that comes out on Wednesday. Hands down, there is no questions asked. It's by my favorite writer and artist team, Jeff Lemire and Andreas Sorrentino. They have done tons of work. Gideon Falls, Old Man Logan, Green Arrow, Primordial, and now they're back at it again to revolutionize this Image Comics world. They are doing their own horror world, and all these stories are gonna somehow connect. There was a free comic book day issue, and that one was so creepy and weird. It reminded me of the movie Us, and honestly, I can't wait for this to see what happens and how somehow that free comic day will intertwine. I'm not too sure, but I am so excited for this ambitious take on this horror universe. It's nothing like we've had before. So we have this hardcover, and then we're going to get a mini-series, and then we're going to get an ongoing, and then we're going to get another hardcover, and they're all just going to intertwine, and I'm just so excited for it. This one in particular is about a geologist who is sent to a remote lighthouse to investigate strange phenomena he finds seemingly in this pit in the rocks. But what lurks within and how will it escape its pull? And oh man, it's so creepy because like, what could be down there? How far could this thing go? You know, my mind just races. So frankly, super excited for this. I'm gonna read it right away on Wednesday and I can't wait. So that's it. Those are my top 10 comic pickup choices for this week, June 15th. There is so many more, including A Calculated Man, A Town of Terror, I Am Batman, Farmhand, Iron Fist, Keen Spawn. The list goes on. Just go to your local comic book shop this Wednesday and check them out. Have a great day.